Welcome back to the Jeremy Awakens podcast. I am your host, Jeremy Abramson, and today's episode is going to be a short one, but it's going to be a very real one. I'm going to be sharing with you some of my experiences from this past weekend partying in Miami during Miami Music Week, and really why I don't go out clubbing much more at this point in my life. Because I went out Friday, I was probably out till 4 a.m., went to Club 11 for the first time ever, which is one of the biggest, most popular nightclubs in the world. And I had fun, don't get me wrong, there's some fun moments, but when I look back, I realize why I don't enjoy going out to the club. First of all, the next day, I felt like complete shit. So I probably got home at 4:30 in the morning and then woke up Saturday morning at about 11 a.m., which is much later than I like to wake up. And I felt hungover. I felt extremely depleted with my dopamine, and I was just lacking energy. And this is why I'm not a huge fan of clubbing and going out till 4 a.m. anymore at this age of my life, at this season where I'm 34 years old, and I really just want to focus on building a beautiful life for myself and my future family. And going out to the club where it's dark, loud, and everyone is pretty much doing drugs is just not the environment that I feel like is most aligned with my highest self. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's fun to escape the stresses of everyday life and just let loose. But I was reminded at the price that you pay when you make those types of decisions. And not only did I just feel like shit the next day, I kind of had a jaded view towards humanity, quite frankly. And I know that sounds dark, and I'm such a positive, optimistic person, but I just want to share with you super openly, okay? I went out Friday night and I brought a girl with me that I'd been talking to for maybe a month and a half or so. We'd spent maybe 3 or 4 dates together, and this was our first time going out together. And I was excited for it. I was excited to just connect and have fun and dance and vibe. And there's a moment at Club 11, Club 11, where I had to go to the bathroom. It's probably 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. And I asked her, I was like, hey, do you want to come to the bathroom with me, or would you rather stay here? We were with other friends, so it's not like she would have been by herself. And she said, I'll stay here. And I was like, okay, no problem. That's fine. And I come back from the bathroom like 10 minutes later, and there's this other dude at the bar just macking on her. Hand is on her ass, and she seems to be enjoying it. And I was pissed off, quite frankly. I was like, really? I thought you were from Louisiana. I thought you were like a more wholesome, classy woman. And this experience frustrated me. It angered me. It triggered me. And it reminded me that you're rarely ever going to meet your future life partner out at a club where it's dark, everyone's doing drugs, and people just don't have so much ambition for life who are going out till 4 or 5 a.m. every night. And this is not intended to bash this girl or bash women in general, I promise. But it was just a reminder for me, like, okay, let's realign ourselves. Okay, let's reconnect to our soul. And I realized that so many people, including myself in the past, use nightlife, use clubbing, use drugs, use alcohol to escape their reality, to numb themselves. And I'm at a place now where I believe it's much better to create a life that you don't want to escape from, that you don't want to numb yourself from. And going out in Miami shows me the dark side of humanity. You know, it's one thing when you go out and you're with your friends and you're at a high vibe space and like there's good music and it's a good energy and environment. But this place was a little demonic, if I'm being honest. And it just reminded me why I don't club anymore at this point in my life. And I'm not judging the party scene, but for me personally, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth going out, getting fucked up, and then waking up feeling like shit, feeling like, oh, I just wasted all of my day because I wanted to have fun last night. And I feel like that's really what alcohol is. Alcohol is borrowing tomorrow's happiness today. Because if you think about it, alcohol is the only drug in the world where you actually need to justify why you don't want to take it. Everyone around you might be drinking and you're like, no, I'm good. I'm good. People will think you have an issue. People will think you have a problem if you say no to alcohol. And I believe that alcohol is one of the most instrumental tools that the demonic agenda uses to disconnect people from their most authentic essence. Because not only does alcohol destroy your liver, but it destroys your brain. It crosses the blood-brain barrier and causes inflammation on a neurological level. And alcohol also makes you feel like complete shit the next day. Whenever I do drink, I drink high quality tequila and I try to stay hydrated throughout the night. But even so, I never feel very good the next day after drinking. And that's because alcohol is disrupting your sleep cycle. It's disrupting your digestion and metabolism. It's just causing negative vibration to every part of your cellular body. And that is why I don't really consume alcohol anymore. And I'm pretty outspoken about this. I think mushrooms are a much better solution if you are going to go out and you want to feel connected to the music, to your body, to each other. There's such better solutions than drinking alcohol. And I also want to talk about women. Okay. Again, I said this episode is not intended to bash women or the feminine in any way, because I love women and I love the feminine. But the truth is, Miami has an abundance of hot girls. They have an abundance of attractive women. However, Miami also has very few women who are wifey material, and even fewer women who I'd even consider having as the mother to my children. Because Miami is a surface level city. Now, I love Miami. I have amazing relationships that are very spiritually connected. However, what happens, especially with attractive women when they come to the city, is they get consumed by the material world, by the bottle service, by the boats, by the nice cars, by the nice restaurants. And there's nothing wrong with that. But oftentimes, these women attach so much of their self-worth and identity to those material things. And that is where it becomes problematic. Because now it's hard to deepen that connection. Again, I could think that I'm talking to or dating a girl that's like a really great girl, and then I leave for 10 minutes and she's just consumed by another dude who's buying her a drink at the bar. And I don't think it's that rare of an experience. And I'm not trying, again, to throw women under the bus, okay? This is both men and women. There's an abundance of amazing men and women in the world. I just realized going out at night doesn't necessarily give you access to the highest quality people. Like, genuinely ask yourself, do you think you are going to meet a high quality woman at the club? Do you think you're going to meet your future wife, the future mother of your children, at the club in Miami? Absolutely not. Now, don't get me wrong. Going to the club is fun. You can party with your friends. you can listen to music, you can have a fun night out. But I think people get confused because they think, oh, I'm single, I want to go out, I want to hook up with someone, I want to connect with someone. But what do you think the quality of that connection is going to be when you go out drinking and doing drugs at the club? So this is just a reminder for myself to stay aligned and connected to my soul. If I want to meet good people, both men and women, where are they going to be likely hanging out at? Maybe it's a Pilates studio. Maybe it's the gym. Maybe it is Soho House here in Miami Beach. Maybe it is Whole Foods, right? I think we just need to reverse engineer the type of places we want to go and spend time at to connect with the people that are most aligned with our highest self. And I think this is so important. So it's really about outgrowing old identities, realizing, okay, maybe I don't need to go out to the club till 4 a.m. to try and hook up with someone, right? And that was not my intention for going out, honestly. I just wanted to dance to some good music with my friends. And, I did that a little bit, but I also just was reminded why I don't do it more often here in Miami. Okay. It's not about being better than anyone. It's about being better for yourself at the end of the day. I'm not here to judge anyone who drinks, does drugs, goes out. Like I've done all of those things, right? It's really about asking yourself why. Why do you feel the need to drink alcohol? Is it to simply celebrate life and have fun? Or is it to escape your reality? Is it to numb yourself? Is it to numb your emotions? And I think it's so important to actually have that inner dialogue and that conversation with ourselves, because alcohol is a toxic poison that destroys your brain, your bright future, your liver, your ability to fully feel your feelings and emotions. So again, coming from a loving place, I want you to ask yourself right now, if you're using alcohol as a crutch, why? What is the reason? Let's peel the layers back and get to the root cause. And here's the thing, by the way. Here's the thing. The version of you that wanted to party every weekend, he or she served a purpose, sorry, but now it's time to evolve. Now it's time to elevate your consciousness. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to want more. And what's so interesting is in our teens, in our 20s, a lot of our so-called friends aren't really friends. They're drinking buddies. They're people that we go out and get fucked up with. Are those really the people that you want to spend your life building a bright future with? It's about from chaos to clarity, from stimulation to peace. It's about creating more harmony and more health in our life. And I believe healing is when chaos starts to feel unfamiliar. But the thing is, people get so used to chaos and going out and distracting themselves that it becomes normal. And one of the biggest fears that most humans have is actually spending time with themselves without any distractions. Think about it. Next time you are stuck at a red light in traffic or you're waiting in line at the grocery store, what is the first urge that you have? Because most people will just pull out their phone, they'll open up Instagram, and they'll start watching other people's stories. They start consuming other people's lives. Instead, when you have those 60 seconds or 2 minutes, what if you actually just connected to your breath? What if you actually did not distract yourself? That is the challenge for you, because it's those little moments that are the greatest opportunity to actually elevate your consciousness. And I think so many men are stuck in this loop of partying porn, distraction, numbness. And I get it. It's very easy to fall into those traps. But understand that it is your responsibility to shift the narrative. It's your responsibility to shift and elevate your energy. And I'm not saying you have to live in monk mode, but you do need to ask, is this action pulling me closer to my vision or further away? Because at the end of the day, every single man listening and watching this, your greatest, highest version of yourself is one that is connected to your purpose, is one that's connected to serving others. But if you're constantly numbing yourself and distracting yourself, it's going to be very hard to step into that version of yourself. And I'm going to tell you something. Based on my experience, the high that you get from helping people, from being in service, from being aligned to your purpose is greater than any high that alcohol will give you, cocaine will give you. Because when you are connected to your soul, that is a connection where you will feel godlike, where you will feel that divinity overflowing. So maybe you've been going out, chasing girls, chasing dudes, getting drunk, wondering why it still feels empty. Here's the thing, you're not alone. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just waking up. That's like a spiritual awakening. One of the greatest spiritual awakenings is realizing, oh shit, alcohol no longer serves me. Going out to the club till 4 or 5 a.m. doesn't necessarily serve me or align with my highest self. It means you're waking up. It means you are reclaiming your power. It means you're cultivating clarity with your purpose. And remember, this is not about judgment. This is about full honesty and alignment with ourselves. Because I don't think at the end of the day, chasing quick hits of dopamine and instant gratification is ever going to fulfill us. It's never going to truly fill that void that we feel. If you keep waking up regretting your nights out, it's time to rewrite your life. It's time to realign. And again, I wanted to share this experience with you because I quite frankly felt like shit. I was not feeling connected or aligned to my highest self. And this isn't something I'm going to beat myself up for. Like, oh my God, bro, can't believe you went out. You're such a hypocrite. You tell people not to drink alcohol, but you drink alcohol. No, I'm not beating myself up for it. I'm just being realistic with myself and being like, okay, Jeremy, you had fun, kind of. Did that actually satisfy your needs? Did that actually bring you fulfillment? Did it bring you joy? And the answer, honestly, is no. But I still get FOMO. I still get FOMO sometimes. Everyone's going out, Miami, having a good time. Yeah, I don't know. But I really believe that one of the best things you can do is outgrow certain friendships and relationships in your life. Understand that there's going to be people that are part of your chapter 4 that aren't necessarily supposed to be part of your chapter 12. Because as you grow and evolve, so do your relationships. So do the people that you spend time with. You're not obligated to still be best friends with the people that you hung out with in high school or college, or that you used to go to the clubs with. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to be an asshole and cut them out of your life, but just ask yourself, hey, do I feel connected to this person? Do I feel like I'm a better version of myself when I'm with this person? Because at the end of the day, we only have one life. We only have one opportunity at this game called life. And each day is a new opportunity. We actually have way more than one life because every day is a new beginning. Every day is a new obstacle to become a better version of ourselves. So I just wanted to record this and be super open, be honest. I am doing the best I can to navigate this human experience. And yeah, I think I might explore celibacy for 3 months or something and just really commit to my business, my health, my podcast, like all of these things that really matter to me. Because at the end of the day, going out, clubbing, hooking up with a girl, like it's fun in the moment, but it doesn't actually do anything to bring me long-term satisfaction, gratification, fulfillment, joy, meaning, purpose. So I hope this episode just gave you maybe a deeper reflection for yourself, for your life, and showed you that I'm very imperfect. I'm still navigating all of this stuff myself. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Make sure to share this with a friend if it resonated. Leave a review on iTunes, Spotify, subscribe on YouTube, and I can't wait to keep building, growing, evolving with you. That's why we're here, is to continue co-creating, to continue co-elevating, and to continue becoming the best version of ourselves. Much love. Peace.
You did it. You made it to the end of the show. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, your support in listening to this podcast. And really, my mission here is to deliver the best conversations, the best people, so you can continue elevating and becoming the best version of yourself. And all that I ask in return is that you actually take action on the things that we talk about in these conversations, whether it's certain habits to implement or certain thought patterns or belief systems that you want to reprogram and remove from your life. I just want to remind you that your life is your gift and you are the creator. You are the main character of your movie. So please take action on these things we discuss. And tag me on social media. Tag me on Instagram in your stories at Jeremy Awakens. Let me know what stood out the most to you. Let me know what were some powerful moments for you from this conversation. And finally, if you haven't already done so, it would mean the world if you left a review for the podcast. Word of mouth is our oxygen. This is what allows us to reach more people and impact more lives. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time.